everybody. Welcome back to the Loft with Dr. Dave and Miss Sherry. I am Miss Sherry.
I'm Dr. Dave.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Wonderful. I love this beige you have.
I know, right? We match it.
Very coordinated.
Like we called each other.
Yeah.
But we did.
What are we talking about today?
Wow. We are talking about the narcissist.
Yes.
And we're going to debunk the narcissist. Before we get started, how have you been? What's been going on in your life?
I've been okay. Working, tired. Other than that, I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm doing very, very well. I'm
The 2 jobs kicking your butt, isn't it?
Yes, the 2 jobs are kicking my tail, but I'm having so much fun though.
Yeah.
I am exhausted.
When you're awake?
When you can rest.
Yeah,
yes.
right.
It's nice. It is fun. I'm actually about to start doing some events with them.
Really?
So
that's so cool.
Yeah, we just had a kiddie disco for Easter.
You told me about that.
Do you know I was fighting for my life? I was fighting for my life at work that whole day.
Why?
Because, in a good way, because being in a sea full of babies is just exactly where I wanted to be. It was very, very sweet. It wasn't frustrating because of the kids. It was because of the parents that they brought with them, that the kids brought with them.
That's always the case. Even in therapy, it's the parents. Like, I would love the kid. I was like, I'm going to have to put you out of therapy because I don't like your mom and your daddy because they doing too much right now.
Yeah, they were just doing too much. But yeah, we have events like that.
Got their ear to the office door listening. Like, what? Come on now.
Like, why are you? And then one thing I don't like it when you send your kid or send someone even just younger than you to go send a message or try to get something done.
Yeah.
Especially if I just told you something. So, oh, hey, man, when are the chicken tenders for the kids coming out? Oh, in about 5 more minutes. Okay. 3 minutes later, you then send little Billy over there. Where are my chicken tenders?
Miss Sherry, where's the chicken tenders coming?
And so you're forcing me to be like, oh, they'll be here.
I told your mother
exactly,
5
which is
minutes.
what you want me to do.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you expect
so you could be
me
mad,
to do.
But you can't talk to my child like that.
Exactly. I'm not going to do it, Satan. Not today. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. This is a time of the year that is very hellish in my house, right? Because Colin and Darren are 9 months apart, right? And so from April to July, they're the exact same age.
Yeah.
And it's hellish because they're at each other's throats from April to June.
Yeah.
Not July. No, April, July. Damn, I should get their birthdays right. April to July. Every year. And so Colin takes it upon himself to educate Darren that you're not my big brother because we're the same age. Right? This happens daily throughout the month of April, May, June, all the way until Darren turns a year older in July.
Yeah.
But between those times, it's just horrible.
Yeah.
Right? They're at each other's throats, and Colin is being particularly a jerk. And he, like any conversation, we could talk about the weather. Oh, the weather's nice, but you're not my older brother. Don't get that. You're not my older brother.
Like
we're the same age.
It's kind of like,
and that's how he says it. We're the same age.
Like, but I was looking at my iPad, sir. Like, where is this coming from?
Don't tell me what to do. You're not my older brother.
What?
You know, Darren just, good morning. You're not my older brother.
Yeah, Debunking and Kayla used to torture each other like that. Yes.
So it's just hell. I'm hoping that because they went to this period when they did not get along. I wasn't concerned about it because sometimes siblings don't get along. Sometimes siblings don't like each other. It's okay, right? They love each other in the end, you know, and everybody come together when the parents die. You know, they're like, oh, you know, I love you. You know, daddy's dead. And so, right? But they have become kind of thick as thieves. So while I'm anticipating, I'll tell tomorrow, right? At the end of this week, because Colin's birthday is the end of this week. But it may not happen this year. Maybe the first year it doesn't happen, which I'll be happy about. You know, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not happy that they're thick as thieves because I'm going to tell you why. I used to know when somebody did something, who did wrong stuff around the house. They snitch on each other, right? Now, the 3 of them tell a coordinated lie, right? So I can never know, because I was like, before I was like, who did that? Darren. He did it on January the 13th at this time and this date, and he had on a red shirt. Like, I get the whole... Now I'm like, who did this? I don't know.
And here's the footage.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, what?
What happened? I don't know. they all just look at me with a blank stare. And I'm like,
Now
I
everybody's
like
in
this so
cahoots.
much better when you hated each other. Like it was so much better. And then the other morning, they were at the breakfast table having a normal conversation. It blew my mind. It wasn't like they were calling each other names or the stuff they usually do. They were talking in having a normal conversation. I almost fell down the stairs.
I almost fell down the stairs. Siblings can be like that. You of all people know, my mom, she, for many, many years, was really terrified that me and one of my siblings were not going to ever be close at all or just like each other. And you used to tell her, along with a lot of other people, leave it alone.
When they become adults, all that childhood stuff goes away.
It goes away. I mean, and then of course with work and talking about, hey, you do know when you took my doll at one time and ripped her head off and then hit me in the head with it, that really made me feel like you didn't love me.
Right, exactly.
It's like, you're 30.
Exactly.
But okay.
Yep.
Thanks for telling me.
Yep.
So yeah, they'll grow out of it. I'm really excited for that.
Yeah,
time
they did
too.
grow out of it.
They did.
It
And
pisses
much to
me
your
off.
chagrin.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the narcissist. So I remember when I came to you, I was like, we got to do this show, right? Because one of my pet peeves in life, right, is the colloquial use of psychological terms.
Yes.
Right. I hate it when people say stuff like trauma bonding.
Yes.
That's not a thing, right?
Right.
It is a thing. The definition of trauma bonding is when you're abused, you bond with your abuser, not I got trauma, you got trauma, we bonded, right? That's not a thing. That's not a real thing, right? And so the whole thing about the narcissist, I don't know why it gets so many likes and clicks, right? And you're on YouTube, you're on whatever, and this is how you spot the narcissist.
Right.
They do this, that, and the other, and this is how you derail the narcissist, right? And I think if they are actually a narcissist, you can't derail them because they don't care about you,
Right. Exactly.
They don't even know you exist.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
They only know you exist if you can do something for them.
Right.
Right? And after you do that thing, they go on not knowing that you exist.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So you don't have to plan for the narcissist because they don't care about you.
Right. So what is the definition of a narcissist?
So a narcissist is a person who meets the clinical definition per the DSM of narcissistic personality disorder. Okay. Right? And narcissists are generally have poor empathy. They don't really care about you. Mm-hmm. They care more about themselves. Mm-hmm. And sometimes their ability or them showing that they care about you is about some ulterior motive. Mm-hmm. But there's only a very small amount of the population meets the definition. It's like 1 in 20. Okay. There was a study in 2019 by I think the University of North Carolina, but I'm gonna check that and put it in and drop it. Mm-hmm. About 1 in 20. So you probably won't even run into one.
Right.
Human beings have narcissistic traits, right? It doesn't mean that they're a narcissist. Children it's probably the best example. So like at a certain age, around somewhere between, 6 and 10, kids are probably at their more narcissism, and then it kind of goes away and then comes back in teenage years, right? Okay. And it really is everything is about me, right? So I use the example, let's say parents are getting divorced. Kids will think, I did something. Right. That's because they believe that everything is hinged on them, right? And they will sort of carry that and live with that, like, I did this thing. If I had only done, and some of it is a little bit is magical thinking, but if I had done this thing, if I was a better kid, my mom and dad, they will get together, that kind of thing. And people who have narcissistic personality disorders can be problematic, right? They can dupe you for their own personal gain and that sort of thing, and not care that they dupe you and not care what the impact on you are. That is a thing. But people who don't have it can do it too, right? And so I think folks are always looking at, well, who's the narcissist? Well, you're missing the point. Right. Here's the point. If you're very clear about what you will accept and what you will not accept, if you lay down who you are and what you require, then a narcissist or any cissist can't do anything, because when they start to cross those boundaries, that's when you activate whatever the consequence is.
Right.
Right. And so you won't get, I think a lot of this talk about the narcissist is really about our culture just being in a place where victimization is celebrated, right?
Yeah.
Right? Because if the narcissist did this thing to me,
right,
I don't have to take no responsibility for any of the decisions. Well, they made me draw out about $45,000 to give it to her, but you drew out $45,000
right.
and you gave it,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, they say they love you and you was the most beautiful thing they ever saw, but did you use any common sense about
right?
Why would you draw every dime you own and give it to somebody like this?
Right.
Like, so I think it's really about likes and clicks.
Yeah.
Right. Folks want to blame someone for the poor relationship that they had, and not want to look inside about, well, what decisions did I make around this thing? And when I realized, because I'm a firm believer, what you don't know, you don't know.
Right.
But when you knew, what did you do?
Right.
When it made you, like you said, it made you feel like you wanted to vomit, what did you do? Right? Did you still go along with it? Did you, and that sort of thing. So the narcissist is not the issue. The issue is being assertive
with them.
With everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Outlining what you will and will not tolerate early on.
Yeah.
And then acting on that and calling people and having conversations about it. That's how you stay out of the peril of the narcissist or whatever the cyst is by really loving you a lot.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
And within that, you are demanding that you be treated a certain way within that as well.
Gaslighting is not only a thing of a narcissist. People like that, like gaslighting is not only narcissists don't gaslight. People gaslight to get out of the responsibility for everything. So you're like, you stayed out all night. Well, if you wasn't so boring, I wouldn't have stayed out all night. They don't have to be a narcissist to do that.
Right.
That's just gaslighting. That is, I brought an issue to you, and you made it my fault that you behaved inappropriately. You can wallow in that if you so choose, or you can say, no, I didn't make you. Yes, I'm boring.
Right.
100% I'm boring. And when you met me, I was boring.
But you also knew that when you met me.
Right. That didn't make you stay out. You made a choice.
Right. And then, and I was just about to say, I think, and I literally just said this to you, but I say it all the time, I can be quite devious in one way or another. So especially with interaction, I'm the gaslighter of the gaslighter. So it's like, so when you just said, oh no, you don't have to be a narcissist to not only narcissists gaslight people. Yeah, no, I do it for sport. Right. So if it's so you say, oh yeah, well, if I wouldn't act like this if you weren't so boring, I would be like, oh, but you knew that I was boring when you met me. Funny how now me being boring is a problem. Now that I've done something that it seems like you don't like. Let's talk about that. Right. Like it's always going to be a back and forth with me. So you can't really, to speak on this how would you say it? Like, I feel like it's very overstimulating now, like with everybody on TikTok or Instagram or X saying, oh, this person is a narcissist and this is the way that you can point it out. My coworker's a narcissist. You
can tell narcissists because they look down at the floor when they walk.
These are the signs. Yeah. And it's like, girl, what are you talking about?
Right, exactly.
Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Makes no sense.
Not at all.
And how does that affect you?
How is it truly affecting you? So if the way that you said, it's really just an excuse in my brain. It really is just an excuse of you saying, one of my favorite things to say about any of my relationships that did not, end well or what have you. It's not his fault and it's not just my fault. We both lost. Both of us didn't win. Because if the win or the goal was for us to have a successful and happy relationship, we both didn't get that.
No.
Right? So that's what that is. I don't
Because
think...
it makes two to make a
It
relationship
makes...
work.
Exactly.
You know, or three if you're in the throuple.
You know.
And it makes two to make it not work.
Yes, and the Loft here, we support all. We support all ways of relationships, love, and
really
life
do.
here at
We
the
really
Loft.
But again, with all those, you got to have conversations.
Yeah, you have to talk about it, and it's now, if just like you said, is it possible to have like a narcissistic tendency or trait?
Yeah.
Of course, but are they a narcissist, or are they just an asshole?
Yeah.
Are they a narcissist, or
I
are they
would
just
tell
selfish?
you, I have a lot of narcissistic traits, right? There are times when I 100% believe that the world revolves around me and only my stuff matters right now, right? I was saying something to you. I think I was being a little, and you was like, "Hold up."
No,
I can't remember. I don't remember. You was like, "Hold up."
Me?
That's not how that works. Really? And I'm like, huh? Right?
Yeah.
But in the moment, I was like, oh, it's me. Right? You know, and, you know, it has to be my way.
Yeah.
Right? I think a lot of people in leadership roles oftentimes display a little bit more narcissism, but it's really about once you achieve a certain thing, there's certain things you just expect. Right? And so sometimes it comes off. You know, so you say to someone comes in and is like, you know, I can't get that project done because, you know, my 8 kids were all had chicken pox at the same time.
Right.
What you're thinking is, what they got to do with me?
Right.
Right? You might not say that thing.
Yeah.
I might. But
I was just about to say, you might.
Right? I'm like, I don't understand why you're saying those things to me. It's really just about in that capacity is I see the big picture of what has to happen in this organization, and you were assigned these tasks and you didn't complete the task, and you know, no, you didn't know all kids were going to get chicken pox, but you also waited until the day before, right? And so that really is the thing, you know, when you know, one of the disadvantages of having a parent who tells you the greatest thing since sliced bread is you start to believe it, right? You know, and while it keeps me out of bad relationships, it also a little bit, I have to walk myself through some things, right? I have to say, you know, wait a minute, that's just you thinking it always has to be your way. Right? And it doesn't.
Which is not realistic,
guys,
at all.
No.
Not even a little bit.
Just,
I was just having...
Most things can be my way.
Most things, yes. Most things.
But not
your way
everything.
specifically, yes. I was just having that conversation with somebody the other day where I was like, I'm just in a really pissy mood because this is not going the way that I believe it should be going. Yep. Not only because it's what makes the most sense, but that's what I want.
Right.
And I would really,
I love that. That's what I want.
That's what I want, and I feel like,
and you want that in the absence of what the people around you want.
Right.
I want this thing. Right. And it doesn't matter what you want. I want this.
And in my brain, there's absolutely, positively no reason why I can't have it, or excuse me, good reason why I cannot have it the way that I want it right now.
Right.
Why are you in my face telling me I can't have what I want?
Exactly.
So it's just
because you'll actually get to that realization on your own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very much so. And it's as long as you can call yourself on it, like to be like, oh yeah, no, I'm just being I say it like this. Nope, I'm just being a brat right now. Like that is, I am able to know that it's like, hey, you're being kind of a tyrant right now just because you can't have your way.
I have a friend that can turn any conversation about him. It is a magic power.
Meaning what exactly?
So I can say, my foot hurt, and he'll say, well, 6 weeks ago, my foot was hurting, and da-da-da-da-da, and da-da-da, like, and then I'm like, wait a minute. I think
is the foot in the room with us right now?
Like, now I know about your colon and about everything. How did this get to be about you?
Do you think that's would you say that
it's
that's
a narcissistic trait? Yeah, okay, because you know, it just, you know, it is every conversation. And then he'll say things like, "Why are you not saying nothing?" I said, "Because you feel the verm."
You're having a conversation with yourself,
right? Yeah. Why? Yeah, you're not saying anything. I can't. You're talking nonstop.
Right? Yeah,
right?
Like I can't.
Right?
Get anything
but
in.
Is he a narcissist?
No.
But he does find a way to make everything about him, right? And I'll every now and then I'll say, well, you know, that's not really about you. Right. Yes, it is. Not really. Not really.
Yeah. You know what, though? You saying that, though, a lot of the things that you say or how you break things down usually has like a snap effect in my brain to be like, ooh, you kind of do that. But I do that in a way where first of all, I catastrophize everything. If you need somebody to make some stuff worse, call your girl, please. Like, I can make it feel worse in my head. That's just how I operate sometimes. So it's more so like of a thing of, I will make something about me, but more so in the way where I'm literally just catastrophizing it. So let's say it's a family situation of, the baby doesn't have a babysitter. That baby is not mine. Well, if so-and-so, if my sibling would have said this 48 hours earlier, we would have been able to make arrangements for that. But I have to go to work. But now that I can't do it, everybody's going to be mad at me because I didn't take off from work for doing A, B, and C.
Right, because you chose over, right.
Right.
Yeah, that's not narcissism. That I chose me. Like,
Okay.
People get to. So here's the thing with all this stuff about narcissism and that kind of stuff. It makes people sometimes not choose them.
Right.
You have the right to choose yourself.
Yeah.
Even in whatever situation. Like, I choose myself, even with my kids. There are times I'm like, I'm going in this room right now, and as long as the house don't burn down, you good, right? But I'm choosing me, right? I need this in order to be able to parent you. I need to choose me right now. And I'm sorry that whatever happened in your 8th grade class has got you on that ledge. But right now, I can't hear you. Like, I need a minute, right? And I'll still go back around. But right now, I'm like, nah.
No, it's for me right now.
Nah.
Yeah.
You get ready. You're gonna use too many words, and I don't know what you're talking about.
What we say in my family, I ain't got it.
Right.
I don't have it, and that is when I tell you that is a 3-hour lecture, that is a 3-hour lecture, and it's only a couple of words. Yeah, I don't have it.
It prevents people from saying things like, well, what do I get out of it? What do you mean what you get out of it? You're a narcissist because you want something out of it. No, I just think that things should be reciprocal.
Right.
And that if I give, you give, I give, you give, and that's how the world works.
Yes.
But I'm not a narcissist because I said, what do I get out of it?
Right.
Or my favorite one, why would I do that?
Oh, yeah, that is a really good one, actually. Because I feel, and when I say that, first of all, I do know that my facial expressions and my tone does add on to a lot of some of my interactions not going well. But it's when I say something like, why would I do that? Like, what makes you think Sherry would do that? Why would I want to? It's really received in a negative way. So it really just, basically what my whole point is, you guys are trying to, and when I say you guys, I mean, what would you say? The kids these days, right. Social media. You're basically trying to basically say any negative trait about you is a narcissistic one.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
And any trait where you decide that you are the focal point.
Right.
Of whatever's going on is a narcissistic trait. It is narcissistic because it's about you and you implementing a thing about you, but it's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Right? Because sometimes doing things for you is the only way you're available to do things for other people.
Yes.
Right? And because there are people who do stuff for people all the time and they never, and that's dysfunctional. That's, the first thing I ask is, well, what are you running from?
Yeah.
You're running around helping others, but you don't get anything back. Like, I don't understand what's happening with you right now.
And I have a follow-up question for you with that. With people that will run around and literally jump through hoops of fire and do everything for others instead of themselves because they want the accolades of that.
Yep.
What would you call that?
I would call that a hot mess.
Okay.
That's what I call that.
I would call that
because,
a person
again,
I don't want to know.
if you're going to do something for someone, like, I believe truly, if you have altruistic intentions, that's perfectly fine. You get I do things for people. I don't even think about it. It's not a big deal to me. It's like, oh yeah, that's not a big deal. You go ahead, do that thing. But if I need feedback about how great I was, that's a problem. You didn't do it for the right reason.
Right.
I was in a meeting today, and one of the leadership team members said something. And I said, "Well, you do like carrying that cross." Right, and so, and I made it like a joke, but yeah, you're like, come on now, you stop carrying your cross.
Yeah,
like, can you put it down?
Yeah,
like you too old for that.
Right, because Jesus not ne'er once talked about what he did this much on a day-to-day basis.
I did this thing first. Oh, okay. Well, you like carrying.
Well, you like to do that though. That's why you did that.
Right.
Yes.
But nothing's all good and all bad, right? Mm-hmm. And if you are struggling with putting yourself first because you feel like, well, people are going to think I'm a narcissist because I want this and I'm then they get to think what they want. And I'm not sure if those people are the ones you want in your life anyway.
Right.
People should naturally want you to be good and do things for yourself. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
And I love it, like when people are doing things for themselves and taking time out for themselves. I love it when people tell me, I ask them to do something like, no, I need to do this for me. I love that kind of stuff. Does that make sense? Yes. Because then I know you're taking care of you, right? I don't think you're selfish. I don't think any of that kind of stuff, right? I just think that, if you are taking care of you, when I actually do need something, you're going to be available for it because you took care of yourself.
Yeah.
But walking around trying to figure out who the narcissist is, at the person in the cubicle next to you, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Right.
And who cares?
Right. Because here's the deal: if it's the person who sits in the cubicle next to you or the person you lay next to, you got to set boundaries.
Right.
Right.
Either way you spin it.
Don't reach over the cubicle. Don't come in my cubicle and borrow my stapler. Mm-hmm. That's my stapler.
Right.
You can't use it.
Right.
Right. Without my permission.
Yeah.
Right. Just set boundaries. Yeah. Right. They could have nefarious intentions, but if you're like, no, this is how it works. We can have a conversation, but no, don't do that. They will either stop or they'll do it, and then you hold them accountable.
Right.
If you create a boundary, right? Stop moving the line.
Yeah.
You put the line here, they cross over, and move right here.
Right.
There next thing you know, the line is up around your throat, right?
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Here's the line. Don't cross it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was having a conversation and we mentioned it last episode. If you guys haven't seen last episode, go check it out. The call's coming from inside the house. So I had a conversation with a coworker of ours who is also a family friend. Who's very much so like like you to me, like a father figure. Right. And, like we mentioned last episode, had been feeling quite dysregulated at that time. And I had a conversation with him, brief. And I was like, yeah, I don't know what's going on with me. I haven't been able to snap back as quickly as I have been. He said, what's changed? I said, honestly, only thing that's changed has been me dating. And he said, well, that's why you, for the past 6-9 months, have been only in this world, as you should be, where you don't have to consider anything or anyone except for Sherry Rachel Wheatley. And now you're dating and meeting these people or whatever, you feel like you have to consider them.
Right.
And I was like, but wait, uncle, I don't have to do a damn thing. And he was like, exactly. Have a good day. And that's that. You're not like being very much so, and walked away from me.
Right.
It doesn't have to be you creating those boundaries for yourself, you demanding, what type of treatment you're going to accept that doesn't make you a narcissist. Yeah. It does make you selfish. However, if you decide to put a negative connotation on selfishness, you go right on ahead. Yeah. I'm not doing that over here, boo. Yep. I have to be selfish for myself because just like you said, I would not be able to show up here the way that, one, I need for myself, the way that I need to for you for this experience, the way that I need for, this company. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I have to water myself first, period. And
it's funny because for me, other than a random act of violence, right? Let's take that off the table, right? It generally takes two people in order for victimization to occur. Right. It takes the person and then the person who allows it to happen, right? And, if you're being asked things that you, like, I don't know about that, right? That just seems a little weird to me. Right. But you go ahead and do it. I don't know if you can be angry about it later. You can't say that, you move forward with that thought, right? Yeah. And narcissists, non-narcissists will try to get things from you in different kinds of ways.
Right.
Some are very direct and some are not so much. And, you just have to, again, apply the boundaries. What are the boundaries? What am I willing to do? What am I not willing to do? If you're willing to draw $45,000 out of your bank account because you got $45 million and give it away, then there's no harm. There's no victim.
Right. And you decided to make that decision.
Yeah.
So no one there, I feel, just like you said, I don't feel like you can't play victim and villain at the same time. You just can't. Can you? Because it's possible, yes. But you can't, and it be fair as well. Like, what happened to me or what happened to us is what we allowed.
Yep.
And we kept allowing it, right? So is it going to be, oh, woe is me, this person, this person, this person? Or is it, well, when he or she did A, B, and C the first time, I didn't check that.
And that doesn't mean that the person who is doing the thing is a good person.
Right. Or even a bad one.
Yeah, well, they could be the worst. Right? But at some point, especially, I'm talking about adults, right? Adults, people who are fully in adulthood. You have to use discernment, right? You have to be clear. You have to, but if you just did something without thinking through it, I don't know if you were a victim. Right?
Yeah.
And maybe they were a narcissist and maybe not. But they definitely duped you.
Yeah.
Right? And you don't, you gotta kind of, okay.
Yeah.
Even if it is, oh, they got me this time.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. You got me, gal.
Maybe next time I know this when I see it.
I have my head on a swivel now.
Right, exactly.
But it's not a thing of, it's a, you let that happen, honey.
Right.
And it's okay. Just stay on top of that. Be very, very clear on why you did the things that you did or why you didn't do the things. Why did you not nip that in the bud? Were you scared? Did you feel like you didn't deserve it? And whatever those answers are, that's what you need to focus on.
Absolutely.
And keep it pushing.
So we're ending near the end of this. I think we talked this through.
Yes, we did.
And I think that things that people should walk away with is stop focusing on whether they're a narcissist or whatever the cis is. Stop focusing on that and focus on yourself. Focus on what your needs are. Be able to communicate what those needs are. Establish boundaries. Stick to your boundaries. If your boundary is negotiable, then negotiate it, right? And if it's not, then it's not, right? And your boundary shouldn't be negotiated based on losing someone or not having that person in your life. Negotiate your boundary from a place of power. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And that's kind of how that works.
Yeah.
So, I had talked to you about like doing a segment about our pet peeves, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your number one pet peeve?
So first of all, there's a nice show by the name of Family Guy, and Peter Griffin used to have a segment called what really grinds my gears.
Yeah.
So we got to come up with something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
What is oh my goodness gracious, there's so
Got
many.
Yeah,
there's so many
people
irritants.
who back in the parking spaces.
Oh my goodness.
Makes me feel really murdery on the inside. Right?
Murdery is crazy.
Why are you backing your late model Volkswagen into that parking space? Just park the car. Like, it's not a thing.
Okay, I'll give you another driving. Well, I'm going to say it from the perspective of the pedestrian because I am the pedestrian. I'm okay with that.
Right.
If I'm, and you know what street our office or our main headquarters is on, right?
Right.
And then the alley, whatever the name of that street is with that place, you have to cross the street, right? And it's a one-way, so you can go up, you can go down, but you can't go down, or you can turn.
Right.
If when I'm walking, I have my headphones in, I'm looking at my phone, maybe watching a funny video or something like that. I'm taking my time, right? If I go like this, like, oh, go ahead, so you can go ahead or whatever, that means I'm fine with standing where I'm at.
Right.
If you sit at the light and just stare at me, and now it's like, and then like this, oh, you go. No, you go. Oh, no, you go. But then get irritated when I'm telling you to go. I'm fine.
Right. That's great.
I'm just standing here. That is it vexes me. And I'm glad that you brought it up because it literally happens at least 2 or 3 times a day.
Right.
And it really, really, like, I get irate. I mean, irate. So then when I'm finally over it, I'll be like, man, forget this. All right, fine. I'll just go across the street. And now I'm upset.
Pet peeves car related? That's crazy.
I don't know. I could give you another one. I don't like backpedalers. I don't like backpedaling.
You mean actual backpedaling?
I mean...
People on a bike and they backpedal.
I don't like backpedalers. Because I don't like things that seem unnatural. Do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't seem natural to me. Funny. Okay? Animals are a pet peeve. Owls are a pet peeve of mine.
Owls?
Yes.
What do owls do? And first of all, when do you come in contact with owls?
Listen.
Because I don't think owls are flying around Baltimore. I'm just saying.
First, you'd be surprised. That's number one. Okay,
owls.
You got to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Okay, but I don't like owls because one, they're very annoying, right? Hoo-hoo, like, get out my face,
right?
Okay. Another thing, why can your head spin around like The Exorcist? It's of the devil. Right. Satan, get thee behind me.
That use that so they can hunt better. That's what they
hunt. Who? Me?
Mice.
No.
And small rodents.
Nope. I don't think you don't need you. No, God didn't create that. He created him that way. Created owls that way.
So they can hunt.
For mass destruction. For mass destruction.
So my other car, I have a lot of car ones.
Go ahead.
People hit brakes on the highway.
People who hit brakes on the highway?
Like there's nothing in front of them, they hit brakes anyway. Well, you don't notice because you're a pedestrian. I mean, because you're in the passenger damn seat, right? That's why you don't notice. But you're driving on the highway, you're doing 65, which is the speed limit, okay? And then somebody in front of you hits their brakes, and you look, there's nothing in front of them.
Right, okay.
Why are you hitting your brakes
I can understand
at 65 miles an hour? That makes me slightly murdery on the inside. Right? Murdery on the
now
inside.
Has to be in my day-to-day vocabulary.
Right.
I don't like it when people stare at you when you're in the car. Like if we're sitting at a light, right, it makes me so angry. I got another one too. I'm sorry. This one is even better. If we're sitting in the car and there's somebody in front of me, I'm in front of you, and the person in front of me will not move, you can see that the reason why we're not moving is because of the person in front of me. Why are you beeping your horn?
Oh, yeah. Because beep a horn is a pet peeve of mine. Don't beep a horn.
Don't beep your horn at me. Okay? My head spins around like an owl. Much like the owl.
Which is why you don't like them.
Maybe, perhaps. And I'm like, who are they beeping at? Like, we're in the same boat. The person won't move. It's just very frustrating. That's what grinds my gears.
That's what grinds your gears. What's another? The backing in the parking space is really a big. That's like my big one. I'm sure. And they always take. It's always somebody who can't back up either.
I was just about to say, didn't you just back into that parking spot?
I did. Right. Because I had no choice. Right. Because it's a small parking space, right? Like normally, like if there's certain places, like in Hamden. I think in the Hamden area, they got spots where they say you have to. I think somewhere you have to back into it. I just drive past those. Okay. Right. I don't.
So you're saying people who willingly choose to back into a space when they're not required to,
and they can never drive. And it takes them 4,000 minutes to get into the parking. They gotta come back out and come back out. And I'm like, oh damn! I just want to throw myself out of this closed car window.
Oh my goodness! Do you have any work ones? What's a pet peeve in the work environment?
I don't know if I have any. Well, tell me one that you think I have. I don't think I have any at work. I have a suite with a locked door. And the only people in my suite are the 4 other people who work in my suite.
If I don't want to be bothered at work sometimes, I literally have to quite literally put myself in an area where I know nobody's going to come to. I have to hide.
All I have to do is go behind my closed locked door. There's a lock for a reason, right? And then I'll go into my office and lock that door.
Yeah.
Right? Yep.
I don't know one of yours. I think you just don't like stupid questions.
Oh, I got one.
Okay.
When I pull up in the morning, and this is terrible. This is really a bad one. I don't even know I should say this without now. So people will walk up to my car and start talking to me. Yes. When I get up, and I just want to hit them with the car door, like repeatedly. Right? I just got here. I'm like this. I got one foot out.
Right.
And they're like, Captain, can I talk to you? I just drove 54 minutes. No. No, leave me alone. Like, I just got here. Can I talk to you for a minute? It's not like, hey, what's going on? Can I talk to you for a minute?
Yeah. But that's because they're looking for you, though.
I know,
yeah,
right?
They're looking for you.
And they don't have the wherewithal to know that when I first got there, it's the worst
Probably
time.
not the
because
best
I'm going to tell you, if you wait an hour, you'll probably get a way more positive. Because I'll pretty much say anything. I'll say yes to get you away from me, right?
Yeah.
But at then I'm like, no.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that.
And then I walk in the building and I tell 3 people, you need to tell so-and-so to leave me alone.
But you know what? But I wouldn't even say that is something that is exclusively to you, because I can't stand it. So a while ago, it used to be required for you actually came up with it, which is why I was not particularly happy with you at this time. But you said, like, in nursing school, and this was before you had even gone to nursing school, you were like, oh, in hospitals they have a 15-minute, stand-up meeting, and then they had at the end of the day.
You hate the
Why do you think I want to come in here? I just woke up, and I live across the street. Okay, so I just rolled out of bed.
That's funny.
And you want me to have a 15-minute meeting about what? Oh, just to recap the end of the day. What are you talking about? We just did that.
It's called stand-up meeting.
Stand-up meeting.
Yeah.
And of course, in my
That
head,
can be very effective if used correctly.
if used correctly. Yeah. Right, as in the right way. Yeah.
Because what you do is you run through the most important things of the day right there in the morning, and people, it stays on their forefront of their mind.
Okay. But let me just hear me out. If I come in this morning, right? We go over, hey, we have this many, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. Then at the end of the day, hey, what did you work on today? Oh, I completed this. From 5 p.m. to 9 a.m. the next morning, it's more than likely nothing changed. Not a thing changed except the temperature. Okay, so why do we have to go over? I don't.
Do y'all still do that?
No.
I probably was trying to get somebody out my face. I was like, go ahead, 15-minute meeting. That'll make it work.
And that's why I said I was truly vexed.
Can you scurry out of my office
now? Please. And that is a huge pet peeve of mine. Or if I'm doing something and it's like, hey, can we do this? Can you meet with me real quick or whatever? It's 9:05. I clocked in at 9:01. I was 60 seconds late. And you still want to talk to me. What do you need at 9 o'clock in the morning specifically right now? I can tell you what I need: caffeine, my antipsychotics, and you out of my face.
Yeah, I don't, like, other than people coming up to me when I first walk, I don't, because I can be very removed. I can literally be in a crowd of people and be very removed, because I'm just like, I don't know what's happening right now.
Yeah, and I don't
know what these people are doing. They're saying weird things, and I'm just gonna be here with them saying weird stuff, right? And I'm not even. And sometimes I won't even address it. Now, I do have this compulsion where if somebody says something that I believe is categorically wrong, I can't shut up about it. Right? I can't be like, oh, let me walk away from this. I'm like, no, you're wrong.
Exactly.
And this, right? But other than that, I'm like, whatever.
I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah. Yep. And now that I mostly work a lot from home, that's even better.
And but you do, have you noticed an increase in people basically stalking you out, waiting for you to sit you?
Because I don't tell them when I'm coming.
But that's the...
Yep.
And then they flock.
Yep. And remember, my office is right near the door.
It is.
Right?
That's very true.
I come right in. I come up the steps. If you happen to stand in there, you see me. And then I go back there. And I've told you this on many occasions. I will sit in my office to almost urinate on myself. So I don't have to come out of it. So I don't have to see nobody saying crazy things to me. Right? That's a pet peeve about people saying crazy things to me.
Yes, that's what I was saying. You when people say stupid things. I'm sorry, I know we're out of time. This has to be my top one, and this is specific.
Oh my God, it's gonna be horrible.
It's gonna be horrible,
right?
And you guys probably shouldn't even edit it in. Do you know what I I could destroy this whole studio.
Right.
It makes me so angry. Oh, yeah, what are we doing with this, whatever. Oh, well, when I spoke to Dave earlier this morning, oh, can you call him back for me? I haven't been able to get... Do you want to know why you haven't been able to get in contact with him?
when they say that.
Do you want to know why you haven't been able to get in contact with Dr. Dave? Because he doesn't want to be in contact with you.
That's a few people's pet peeves, by the way.
Why?
So there's this thing around the office that I only answer certain people's calls.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
And that's not totally true.
It's not.
Right?
No.
There are people who call me relentlessly. They don't want anything. Right. And I'll answer, and they're like, oh, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, you got to figure that out by yourself. You didn't need my expertise in any way.
At all.
The other thing so this is actually an ADHD thing, right? Me and the phone, I have to be in a headspace to have a conversation, right? And I'm fairly introverted, right? So I'll see the call, and I'll call them back.
Right.
When I'm in a headspace to have a conversation. I don't know but if you are dramaful, I probably won't call you back.
Exactly.
Right? Like if you got high energy, like if you got your speech is going to be pressured when I answer the phone because it's always pressured every time I answer the phone when you call. I'm unlikely to answer your phone call.
If your speech is
what I will do
pressured.
is this: text me, right? Because then I don't have to experience your energy, right? And I'm gonna tell you something about Texas. They force you to use little bits of words, right? So I'll read it. So on a phone, 10 years ago, the founding father, you're going to tell me all this before you get to, are we having game night? Well, I don't why you say all that other stuff? Now I'm angry with you because you said stuff that didn't have nothing to do with the stuff I...
Oh, yeah, if it's more than 3 lines, you guarantee he's not going to read it. Yeah, matter of fact, send him bullet points because it's not... Because I don't want to read that. Almost like a 6-paragraph, care instructions.
This was fun.
On a cake. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I got the rant and rave about narcissists, right? And our other pet peeves. I really enjoy. I'm really enjoying this process.
Yeah, I am too.
And I hope it's helping. Somebody kind of looks at it and figures out that because our whole premise in doing this is you're fine.
Yeah.
Right. And resiliency.
Yes.
And empowerment. Right. All those things are very important to any person, and you gotta sort of find your space within that stuff. And it doesn't come easy. Being assertive doesn't come easy. It's a thing you have to practice. But if more people practice it, they will be less more people that don't get in situations where they feel trapped, where they feel like they don't have a choice, because you do. Everybody has a choice about every single thing. Even at work, your choice is, find another job, whatever the case is. And I know it's not always easy for everybody, but, why would you put up with, co-workers who are abusive or about you can find another job, right? And you can also state declaratively, I'm not going to accept that behavior from you. Yep. Don't do that, narcissist or not. Don't do it.
Right.
So that's that. What are we going to talk about the next time we get together?
No. So that's the thing.
Should we talk about siblings?
We can talk about siblings.
Yeah,
yes, and the sibling and the dynamics of. We can talk about mental health we could talk about a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we can.
Siblings, we can.
So we're going to talk about family.
Yeah, we're going to talk about family.
We don't know in what context, but definitely.
But it's definitely
because sometimes our family is the ones who do it to us.
Real bad. Yeah. They will take you through it.
They will push. They know all your buttons, and they push them religiously.
Like it's a game.
Right. Oh, it's a button on your forehead. Let me push that one. Over and over again.
Or just because they felt like it that day.
Yeah.
It's very. But I think that's a really important conversation to have, and it might even go over into another episode because it's so wide.
I think we should actually talk about adult children with their parents.
That would be really cool,
that's
too.
A really, managing your adult parent and managing your adult child can be very tricky.
Yes, it can.
Especially if they don't live in your house.
Let me text Danny now and be like, hey, go ahead and tune out next week, okay? Thank you guys so much for joining us again. Just a reminder to love on yourself first and love on each other. Be kind to yourself. And we hope to see you back next week.
Yeah, be kind to yourself.